My name is Matthew.
Hi there, my name is Tanisha.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Hi, I'm Beth.
Hi everyone, my name is Melissa.
Hey, I'm Jason.
And I'm Chris.
And we are with the Tampa Hillsborough County Public Library. Yay, that was almost in sync, just like we almost tried to rehearse each time. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off our webcams and get the presentation started.
All right, there are a few ways to participate this summer. We'll have weekly live online events with local performers, reading challenges for kids, tweens, and teens and adults, Imagine Your Story social media photo submissions, and prizes for participation in weekly random drawings.
Thanks, Beth. So for our online presence, we'll have a landing page on the library website. It's very beautiful and summary. We will also have individual sites on Beanstack, which we'll explain later, for the following 3 age groups: kids, teens and tweens, and adults, so something for everyone. And we will also have event listings and regular engagement via library social media, which is so fun. Please check it out.
Thank you, Melissa. And we couldn't do this without our summer partners, summer reading partners. We've got our new partner, the Hillsborough County Parks and Recreation Department. Reading with the Rays is back again. Jason will talk about that a little bit later. And the Friends of the Library of Tampa Hillsborough County Public Library, a special shout out to them because they are actually helping us sponsor a lot of our prizes and the events. If you want to find out a little bit more about them and become a friend today, it's easy to do. Just go to foltampa.org.
I'm excited to announce that we will be continuing with our summer program schedule. The only difference is, instead of in-person programs, we are going to be doing system-wide live online programs. So these are programs that you can view from your computer or a device from anywhere you have internet or Wi-Fi. So we are going to be having live programs every Tuesday at 2 p.m., every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., and every Thursday at 11 a.m. These are the performers that we've come to look forward to every summer, as well as some new ones we're really excited to introduce you to. So I do want to let you know, these are going to be on the platform called GoToWebinar. You don't have to download GoToWebinar to be able to view these programs, but you do have to register. If you do want to download, you can download the app on an Apple or Android device, or you can just use them to view in your web browser. Now, you do have to register. Registration is free. So we're going to go ahead, Matthew, to the events page to show you where you can register. You can go to our Facebook events, or you could just go to the library website and go to the top tab, online events and classes, and that is going to give you the schedule. It's broken down by different ages, so you can search for just kids, just programs for tweens and teens, or just programs for adults. Or if you want to see the whole summer schedule, you can just select all upcoming events and classes. There you're going to find the registration links. As I mentioned before, it's free, it's super easy. All you have to do is have an email address. Now, if you do happen to miss a program and you want to go back and watch it, we are going to record all the live events. So you'll be able to interact and ask questions to the presenter in the live event. But if you did miss it and you want to just watch the recording, you can check out our recorded classes events and go back, and even if you didn't miss it, if you want to just rewatch one of those great programs, you can find it there. And now we'll pass to Jason, who's going to tell us more about the summer webpage.
Thanks so much, Amanda. So the theme for this summer is Imagine Your Story, and we will be celebrating our summer reading program starting today, June 8th, all the way through the end of July, July 31st, 2020. We have some amazing opportunities for you to win prizes, to participate, but we're really moving to get back to the basics, and that is promoting reading, promoting literacy. So we will be using an online platform or an app called Beanstack, and you can use those for any of the 3 age groups that Melissa talked about. That's your kids, your tweens and teens, or your adults. Lots of activities, lots of ways to win. Chris is going to run through those a little bit, so I'm going to hold off on that. But then the other piece of this, which is a little new for us, and that is we want to actually hear your story. What did you do this summer? How did you connect with either literacy or an activity or the library in some way. Maybe that was your favorite book and you couldn't put it down and you wanted to like research it a little bit more or visit where it was held. This is a great way for you to engage with us and let us know really how that summer impacted you. So we have some prizes that goes along with this, just by reading or participating. So you can win prizes. Again, these are some amazing prizes. Tanisha's getting ready to talk about them in just a second. But the best part is simply all you have to do is what you've normally been doing, reading, participating, doing these activities, and then you can win these prizes. Some of them are bigger than we've ever had in the past. So we're really excited about that. If you do win a prize that Tanisha talks about, do not worry, because we will send it to you. If it is going to be one of the gift cards that Tanisha talks about, we will simply email it to you. If it is a physical item, we will have it shipped to your door, which is really awesome. Now, how do you win some of these? A, register for Beanstack. B, participate and log those reading minutes. And then a third way to do it, this is the whole participation part, and that is, how do you imagine your story? Be eligible to win these prizes. So stage a photo inspired by your favorite book in the fantasy, fairy, or mythology genres. Get creative. Then post it to one of the social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter with the title of the book and the hashtag HCPLC 2020 Imagine. Again, that's HCPLC 2020 Imagine. We want to see those amazing creative posts between now and July 15th. Now, do not worry. I know many of you were so excited and also a little bummed because you were like, hold on, wait, what are we doing with the Rays this year? We are still going to be participating with Reading with the Rays. So ways for you to participate are download that game card, track those reading minutes that you're going to be doing for your kindergarten through 12th grader, and you can still win those prizes and those tickets. All that is available under the Learn More, or of course, if you speak Spanish, there it is under Aprende Más. So again, really make sure you're participating. That HCPLC 2020 Imagine is the way to participate with us. Amanda talked about online classes and events. We've got so many coming up. It's just going to be jam-packed. But if you can't make it on one of those Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday moments, do not worry. We will also have recorded on our YouTube summer page. We will have that all the way through the end of the summer into August. So we will have those available all the way through August 8th, just before school starts. So again, if you have any questions, please register for one of those. If you miss it, don't worry, it'll still be there. Now, I know for me, I love to read. That's just what I do. I'm a librarian. But sometimes even I get stuck and I'm like, hold on, wait, what do I want to read next? And we've compiled some amazing book lists that focus on imagining that story under each of the age groups. But then if you do have a student, maybe you really want to get a jump start on this summer reading lists from the Sunshine State Young Readers winners. Well, all of them, 100%, are available on our ebook platform. So choose either K2, 3.5, or 6.8 to find the Sunshine State Reader winners. And then also, if you're like me and you're just like, I don't know what to read next, go under your teens and tweens and adults and find your next favorite title. I was a children's librarian for many, many years, and I have to tell you, one of the things that I talk about the most during summer is making sure that we do not have that summer slide happen. Now, the summer slide is when over the summer, you kind of forget some stuff while you're away from school and you're not reading and doing classes. And this is a great way. All of these activities are steeped in making sure that you, your family, your children stay active, Maybe you need to get ready for kindergarten. Maybe you need to get ready to go back into middle school and you're excited. Look up our ebooks. We've got Mayan, Overdrive, Access 360, Hoopla, all our platforms on making sure that you can read. If you have a Hillsborough County student, remember, their student number is their library card. So use that hall pass, use your library card, continue to read, and I'm going to pass it to the next. I believe it's Tanisha.
It is, Jason, but we're going to pause really quickly and answer a couple of quick questions before we go to Tanisha in the prize section. The first question you can actually answer, Jason, which is, in order to be eligible for prizes in logging reading, are participants allowed to pick any book they want, or do they have to pick from a predetermined list?
So for the students, we are going to actually have books already chosen, and it's going to be a different title each week, and those winners will all receive that same title based on
I'm
their...
sorry, that's not the question. I apologize. It's to get credit in logging reading. That's what the question's about. Can they pick any title they want when they get ready to log their books, when they log their reading activity?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We want you to read anything and everything. The whole idea to really decrease this summer slide is just promoting the love of reading. So if you want to choose a graphic novel, if you want to read your favorite book again, if you, I know my kids absolutely love to read the same book over and over again. That counts every single time. So that's not just one book, but those minutes count over and over again.
Great, thank you. There's a question about prizes from somebody. We're going to be covering that in just a minute. There's a question about online reading, and you can see here in front of you that there are lots of ebook options on the library's website, as well as the reading list that we're putting together. If that question is about online story times, yes, we're going to have some story times on our event page, and those will be coming up soon. Let's see.
Do count,
yes, go ahead.
because you're being read to, and many of the young children aren't able. So yes, being read to absolutely counts towards those minutes so that they can participate. Log those minutes. Again, that's also participation. So go to one of our activities or one of our programs is one of those badges. Get credit twice. It's great.
And let's see, we have another question that if you don't have social media, you can work with a friend or family member to use that hashtag. This isn't something we discussed, but I will go ahead and say that if you don't have social media, use our contact link at the end that we provide, and that's something that we can try to work out. But right now, the social media project is meant to use it that way. But if you have your name and the name of the book and the photo using that social media hashtag, you then would be eligible. There's a question about a printable reading with the Raise card rather than having to pick cards up at the library. Jason, you can answer that.
Absolutely. This year, we are not going to be printing anything from any of the cards. However, if we open a physical library, you should be able to pick one up at that time. But we will not have pre-printed, ready to go cards. You will need to go to the website and print them there. They are in easy to use PDF format.
Okay.
And again, Matthew has that on the page. Go to the Learn More and you can find those PDF versions.
There's another question about reading and fantasy or mythology books. For the contest, it does need to be, or not the contest, but the project where you post a photo, it does need to be from that genre. But it can be any book or story or fable from that genre. But if you're just reading for getting credit on Beanstack, it can be any book, like Jason said, any book that you want. And then the final question we have right now before we go on to prizes is, how can homeschoolers without a school number use that system? Maybe they're talking about the hall pass, Jason, if you want to address that.
Absolutely are. So a great way for you to do that is to go to Mayan, that's myon.com through our website, and you can apply for a access to those ebooks through the school system. And then if you, all the books are available using your public library card. So if you have a student that does not have a library card, please go through our website to get a library card, and we can process that for you and get you access usually within 1 to 3 business days.
Okay, thank you, Jason. We're going to stop for the questions right now so we can get to the rest of the overview here. If you have additional questions, please continue to post them in the question section. And if we did not answer your question properly, you can go ahead and repost it with any kind of clarifying remarks. But now I'm going to bring this over to Tanisha to talk about prizes.
Okay, the thing everyone's been waiting for, prizes. So before I get started, I just want to give another shout out to the Friends of the Library, because they did provide funding for many of these prizes, and we are very thankful that they were able to do that. So you can see here, these are the types of prizes that we're offering, and we're doing hundreds of drawing, like hundreds of prizes. There's tons of prizes. So we have gift cards to DoorDash, to Barnes & Noble, Fandango, Amazon, Best Buy. So we have a ton of gift cards that we'll be giving out. Books. So we are also giving out books as part of our weekly drawings. So we have the Sunshine State readers for the children. Don't worry, grown-ups, we have some really awesome books for you that we'll be giving out as well. And we have some very cool tech. So we're giving out GoPros, we're giving out Beats headphones, we're giving out Nintendo products, we're giving out Lego stuff. We have some really, really awesome prizes this year that we are giving to you. And it's a weekly drawing. So every week, and we're doing all age groups. So we have a drawing for adults, we have a drawing for teens and tweens, and we have a drawing for children. On the screen here, you'll see we have some 2020 reading deadlines. So the big one, June 12th, you need to be registered in Beanstack. And Chris here is going to talk about Beanstack more in a minute, so you'll definitely want to hang tight for that. And then you'll see on the chart here, for you to be eligible for weekly drawings, how many hours you need to read. For kids, teens, and tweens, we're going by hours. For adults, we are going by number of books. So that's just a good way for you to gauge how much you're reading and to see if you're eligible for prizes. You have to be logging your reading in Beanstack to be eligible. So please keep that in mind. Make sure that you're keeping up and keeping track of your reading. And also make sure when you register for Beanstack that the email that you provide for us is a open one that you check all the time, because that's also how we'll be notifying you if you won. And so like Jason mentioned earlier, it's low, you don't have to do very much. If you win, we're going to either email you your gift card, or we are going to ship your prize directly to your home. So keeping things really nice and easy for you this year. And we're going to go ahead and kick things over to Chris so he can talk a little bit about Beanstack.
Thank you. All right, so let's talk about Beanstack. This is going to be our 3rd year using Beanstack. Those of you who are returning to our Summer Reading Challenge, you'll recognize it. But for those of you who don't know what it is, it's a web and mobile application that we use to track reading time and promote reading initiatives like summer reading. And it's based on a badging, like a milestone badging system, where you earn badges for reading and some other activities. As you can see here at the bottom of this slide, it is available as an app for Android and Apple devices. And also you can access it on a browser at hcplc.beanstack.org. So if you want to jot that down, that's also going to be on our summer reading page if you want to navigate to it from there. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Beanstack this year. We're doing something a little different. We have 3 separate challenges, as Tanisha showed you. One for kids, one for tweens and teens, and one for adults. The difference between the adults and the other is that adults are logging by books read, kids are logging by the time they read. So on the browser side here, you can see this is what it's going to look like for the kids page. They all look somewhat similar. Right at top up in the corner, there's a green tab for logging, reading, and activities. So that's where you're going to go to basically enter your information. And something different this year, in addition to logging your reading, we have activities you can complete, and you can earn badges for completing different activities. So there's multiple ways to earn and win here. We're actually going to have a prize at the end of the year based on a minimum number of badges won. So don't just don't just track your reading. Also get in there and check out these activities and try to see if you can complete some of those. Here on the overview page, there's some more information about all of our challenges. And also, our staff have put together some reading lists that are really great. In case you don't know what you want to read next, each of these challenges is going to have a customized group of lists that will connect you back to our catalog. And there's plenty there. So if you're unable to figure out what to read next, we have ebook titles galore here. So if that's a concern, if you want to do this, you have that option. On the page as well, you can track all of your progress here, minutes read, activities completed. And down below that, we can see some of those great badges. They're right now. If you claim them, they become color, and they look really nice. I will say, once we talk about the app, between the app and the browser, all this information is accessible. So what you see, you're going to be able to see in the app as well. There's a little bit different look to it and different ways to get to the information, but it's all there in Beanstack, which is great. And like Tanisha mentioned, there's lots of great prizes here. So we encourage you to log, complete these activities, and really just try to be active here and participate. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here's some more of those badges for the extra activities. For example, you can do some art. You can try some writing out, host a video conference chat with some friends and family, and lots more. Our great staff came up with some really fun ideas. So we invite you to get in there and just kind of look around and see which activities you'd like to do, or do all of them. And now we'd like to take a quick look at the app. Like I said, the app is available for Apple and Android devices. It's really easy to use. If you're a returning user, obviously you would sign in with your previous information. Now, if you can't find that information, you can try to contact us directly or create a new account. But you basically just tap through it. It walks you through the process. You locate your system, you sign in or create a new account, and you just follow the steps. You create your username and password. You want to provide an email address, of course. In order to claim those prizes, we'll need to communicate through email with you. So make sure to enter that information. And for the kids, you want to make sure you're entering the grade you're in, so we know which group you're in, so we can get those prizes to you and those book prizes. But the app is really easy to use. Once you're in there and you select your appropriate challenge, there's a little line at the bottom. And to log either your reading activity or an activity as well, you'll hit that plus symbol and you'll be able to select log reading or an activity. As you see here on the right, they have the two options. I've circled the reading one here, but that's basically it. It's very simple. In a couple of taps, you're able to enter your information and off you go. Your progress is in our system, and you're on to winning prizes, winning badges. It's really great. This year, we're really happy that we've expanded it, and the challenges there's more options for everyone to do, more than just reading. Obviously, that's the focus, but there's also some other fun activities for you. And yeah, that's it. As you can see here, there's some more options in the app. You can track your badges that you've won. And it has the same view, basically. You're seeing the black and white grayed out badges and the ones that you've won. So if they're wondering how I completed this activity or where am I in my reading, you can quickly bring it up in the app and see where you are. It's a fun game, since it's Beanstack. So we're excited.
So we know we didn't answer all of your questions, and we will get to as many as we can in this session, but maybe you're watching this virtually or after the fact. That is okay. Give us a call, 813-273-3652, and you can speak to someone. You can always contact us through Ask a Librarian, and that's at the hcplc.org/about/contact. And of course, our website is for the summer is hcplc.org/summer.
Thank you, Jason. We do have a few more questions from our group today. Let's see. There was a question about splitting chapter books into parts. Just to reiterate from earlier that anybody participating in the youth campaigns, whether they be tweens and teens or kids, they're going to be on minutes and hours, not number of books. So yeah, just track those minutes read in Beanstack on the app or on the website, and that will count toward credit. There's a question about from somebody who said that their child started reading last week. Technically, the campaign starts today. So today is when you start logging those minutes. But I mean, I would say normally our summer session starts around the beginning of June. So if there are minutes that you have kept track of from last week, I think those would be fine to include. So you can go ahead and include those. There's a question about logging into Beanstack. We just went over that. So if you have any additional questions, please post again. But you do have to create a username and password if you've not already. Choosing a question about choosing your prizes, and unfortunately, no. Each week has a designated prizes that we'll be distributing, but we've tried to come up with some things, again, with the help of the Friends of the Library, in support of those prizes that we think will be enjoyable by most of our audiences. Let's see, reading list for adults cumulative. There's a question I don't understand, which is the reading list for adults cumulative? I don't know if any of the rest of you guys have a response for that, or do we need to ask for clarification on that question?
Yeah, I don't understand cumulative. So
yeah, if you wouldn't mind rephrasing that question, the person who asked it, and we can try to do our best to answer it. Let's see. There's a question about whether somebody's child can read using their library card number or they need to use their school ID. We're not really tracking those things, but and you can register for Beanstack separately. You don't have to have your library card number to register. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jason and Chris. But I will say the sooner they start using their own library card ID, the better. They have that independence and they're able to check out materials on their own, and it's a good thing. Am I right in that, Chris and Jason, that they do not need their library card number to register for Beanstack?
correct. There is a spot for them to enter their library card number, but it is not a requirement. We will be tracking using the login, the username and password that you create.
Okay, great. And Chris, maybe you could answer this question. Somebody's saying their child entered time for reading on Beanstack, registered more than 3 hours, but it said that the child only got the 3-hour badge. But she actually put in more than 3 hours. Is that because of the intervals that are available, Chris?
Yes. So the next, I believe, depending on how many minutes you enter, yeah, it won't register unless it hits that next badge number. So it is cumulative, but you won't you won't see another badge until you reach that next, I believe, 3 hours. It would, and then it's followed by 5 hours would be the next badge up. So once your cumulative entered time reaches that, then you'll get another badge.
Okay, so it continues to build on that one. That's good. And then how to access ebooks in the book lists. There's a few different ways. There are book lists on the catalog page of the website. I just strongly encourage go to the website you see in front of you, hcplc.org/summer, because from there are a few book lists there, Sunshine State Readers that Jason discussed earlier, as well as the Imagine Your Story themed book list that we have. But also when you link to Beanstack from there are additional book lists that we've linked within Beanstack as well. So those are a couple of ways to get access to some of the lists that we've comprised for the summer. Somebody's asking about a 9-year-old child having the option to either enter at the tween or teen challenge or the kid challenge. That's really your choice. However you guys see fit. They can only register for one campaign. But all that means is, which category you're in. There's a few minor differences in terms of prizes, but if you feel your child is in that tween/teen age group, you can go ahead and have them register for that one, but not both, just one or the other. Let's see. There's a question here. This is for Jason or Chris. Is there an easy way to add My On Track reading to Beanstack?
As long as it's only through the actual amount of time read, you'd have to enter that in. But no, there's no way to directly put my own data into Beanstack.
You just have to put it in manually, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Also,
There's.
just to
Oh, go
piggyback
ahead. I'm sorry.
a little bit. If you are going to be doing the My On program this summer, then those are two separate programs that you can win prizes through both programs because they are independent of each other. So that gives you two different programs that you can participate in, and you can get to that through myon.org.
And there's a question about the app, the Beanstack app on Kindle. I'm afraid it's not available on Kindle. Is that correct, Jason and Chris?
Correct.
Yeah.
But again, we do have the website available, hcplc.beanstack.org, that you can do it on the browser. A question about reading with the Rays, again, just go to our summer website and you will be able to link to the Rays from there. But we're not going to be doing any pickup of materials or swag or anything like that through the libraries. It's all going to be handled through with them. But you can always link to them on our summer website. If you ever lose their website, you can always go there to find it. In terms of their prizes, you'll have to ask them about that, like how long tickets will be available if seasons are delayed or rescheduled or anything like that. There's a question about the deadlines. I will pull that slide back up really quick. So the big ones to remember are registering for Beanstack by the end of this current week, the 12th, getting to your halfway reading goals, 12 hours for youth and 2 books for adults by July 10th, and completing your reading goal, which is 24 hours for youth and 3 books for adults by July 31st. Those are the major deadlines. Let's see. We have a lot of questions here, so we're going to try to get through. We'll keep the session going for at least another 5-10 minutes, guys, so we can get through all these questions. Question about prizes being distributed. We will contact you to mail anything directly that you are a winner for. Question about the HCPLC challenge on the Beanstack app. If you don't see it show up once you've gone through registration in terms of available challenges, just get in contact with the library and let us know. Can 2 children use the same username and password? I would say no. Go ahead. It's very easy to register them separately. I would say go ahead and do that. Let's see.
Actually, Matthew.
Yes.
The parent can register each child separately underneath their login. So a family can have a single login, and that way you don't have to log out and log into a different account. You simply have different readers under each account. So maybe that's what you're asking. If not, please clarify through the questions.
No, I think you're right, Jason. I think that was the question. I apologize for skipping over that like that. But yeah, you're right. One parent can have multiple accounts under them and they can register their child very easily. So thank you, Jason, for stepping in on that one. Yeah. Let's see. Online children's programs. Yeah, all of our children programs are online. Go to hcplc.org/events and you will see all of those come up. We have a lot of great ones and as a matter of fact, Amanda, why don't you mention a couple of the ones that we have coming up this week?
Well, I'm happy to let you know we are kicking off this week with some great programs. Tomorrow, Tuesday, June 9th at 2 p.m., we are going to be having an animal information program with Safari Todd. We're going to be seeing some animals that are native to Florida that are really exciting and learning about them. Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. All you blockheads or Lego heads out there, definitely register for this program. We're going to be meeting with John Fontana of Bricks for Kids, and he is going to show you how to make a cool superhero sculpture with just 2 different bricks from Legos. And then we will be closing out our first week of Kids Summer programming on Thursday at 11 a.m. with Dr. Naima Johnston-Bush. She is going to be doing some great storytelling, some West African folk tales in the program Mama Griot and her Rocking Story Bag. So again, you can go to the calendar page and you can access those directly, register right now in advance, or you could wait till the day of and register at the time. Very easy, just click on the registration link, put in your email address, and that is all you have to do.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amanda. And just as a reminder, one of the nice things about attending the live sessions this summer, rather than having pre-recorded virtual sessions, is you can get online and be an active participant and ask questions. And we really encourage you to do so. Even though they will be available on YouTube after they're recorded, if you can attend them live, any questions you might have for the presenters or even comments that you want to share, we will be there and helping them field those questions and make sure that they get answered. We're really combining learning with fun in ways that we always like to do as a library, but in obviously a very special, unique way this summer. And so in that spirit, as we're concluding here, I would like to go ahead and invite everybody back on camera so we can kind of say a proper goodbye and welcome to everybody into the Summer Reading Program 2020. We're excited about it, big time. And we have a couple of special sort of welcomes and parting words that we have for today's session that we'd like to share with you before we conclude. Again, oh wait, hold on, one last question. Okay, there's a question from somebody that I think we're going to have to reply to after the session. They provided their email address. So the person who just submitted that last question, we will respond to you by email. And just as a quick reminder, hcplc.org/summer. Right after the session today, you'll get a survey. We hope you'll share your thoughts with us about the overview that we provided today and give us some ideas for future programming. And read, really read and log those books to be eligible for all the cool stuff that we have planned. When you get those digital badges, share them with us and tag us on social media. We really look forward to engaging with you and being a part of this, this community, this virtual and this virtual world that we have. It can be challenging, but we want to find new ways to really bridge those gaps between each other and really be connected with one another and make that summer magic that we've been really hoping for happen in a big way. And so with that spirit, I will share a quote from one of my favorite books, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, which is, "The gull that sees the farthest flies the highest."
And I'd like to share a quote with you from Emma Thompson. "I think books are like people in the sense that they'll turn up in your life when you most need them."
I'm also going to share a quote, and it's from Mason Cooley. And this summer, more than ever, it's important to remember that reading gives us some place to go when we have to stay where we are.
And in the spirit of our imagination theme, the quote I'd like to share is, "Books build a stairway to your imagination."
And I'm going to share a quote by Anna Quindlen. "Books are the plane and the train and the road. They are the destination, the journey, they are home."
I'm going to break from tradition here and not have a quote. Mine is more of a philosophy for the summer. It is from the Children's Board of Hillsborough County, as well as Champions for Children, and that is talk, read, sing to your children. There is no better substitute than talking, reading, and singing to get your children to be kindergarten ready, to make sure that they're reading on grade level, to instill some of those fantastic early literacy skills, and to make sure that they are ready to succeed as young people.
All right, and I'll go last here. I'm going to share the quote that's showing right now below us. It's from William Nicholson. We read to know we are not alone.
Thank you, everybody, very much. We are indeed not alone, and thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great summer. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.